Power of Concentration, written and published by Ngasline. In today's rapidly evolving world, the ability to concentrate has become more valuable than ever before. True concentration is not merely paying attention. It's the art of directing your mental energy with precision and purpose. It's the difference between simply looking at something and truly seeing it, between hearing words and deeply understanding their meaning. Think of concentration as a beam of sunlight. When dispersed, sunlight provides general illumination, but when focused through a magnifying glass, it becomes powerful enough to start a fire. Your mental energy works in exactly the same way. When scattered across multiple tasks and thoughts, it produces minimal impact. However, when focused intently on a single point, it becomes a force capable of breakthrough achievements and remarkable transformations. The modern world often celebrates constant activity and perpetual connectivity, but this approach directly opposes the fundamental nature of human cognition. Our brains are designed to focus deeply on one thing at a time, processing information thoroughly before moving to the next task. This is why concentration matters more now than ever before. It's not just about getting things done. It's about achieving quality, depth, and meaningful progress in whatever we pursue. The science behind focused attention reveals fascinating insights into how our brains operate. When we concentrate deeply, our neural pathways strengthen, creating more efficient connections for future use. This process, known as neuroplasticity, shows that concentration isn't just a momentary state, but a skill that can be developed and enhanced over time. The more we practice focused attention, the stronger our capacity for concentration becomes. Consider how a master musician performs. Their fingers move with precision across their instrument, their mind fully immersed in the music, every note flowing with purpose and intention. This level of mastery doesn't come from casual practice or divided attention. It emerges from countless hours of focused, deliberate practice. The same principle applies to any field or endeavor, from writing to athletics, from scientific research to artistic creation. The relationship between concentration and achievement is direct and profound. When we focus intensely on a task, we access deeper levels of understanding and creativity. Solutions to complex problems emerge more readily, skills develop more rapidly, and learning becomes more permanent. This is because concentrated attention allows us to notice subtle details, make meaningful connections, and process information more thoroughly than surface-level engagement ever could. Moreover, concentration acts as a gateway to flow states, those optimal experiences where time seems to dissolve and we perform at our peak. These states aren't accessible through partial attention or multitasking. They require full immersion and focused engagement with the task at hand. Understanding this relationship helps us appreciate why developing our capacity for concentration is crucial for achieving excellence in any domain. The foundation of focus also extends beyond individual tasks to shape our entire life experience. What we consistently concentrate on becomes magnified in our awareness and, ultimately, in our reality. This principle explains why two people can encounter the same situation yet have completely different experiences. Their focus determines what they notice, what they remember, and what meaning they derive from the experience. Building a strong foundation of focus begins with recognizing its fundamental importance in our lives. It requires understanding that concentration isn't just a useful tool. It's the primary instrument through which we shape our skills, our understanding, and our achievements. When we grasp this truth, we naturally begin to value and protect our capacity for focused attention more carefully. As we move forward in exploring the power of concentration, remember that every moment of focused attention is an investment in your future capabilities. Each instance of sustained concentration strengthens your ability to direct your mental energy effectively, creating a positive cycle of improvement and achievement. The foundation you build today through understanding and valuing concentration will support every future endeavor and aspiration. The concentration crisis. In today's hyper-connected world, we face an unprecedented challenge to our ability to concentrate. The human mind evolved over millennia to respond to immediate physical threats and opportunities. now finds itself bombarded by an endless stream of digital notifications, social media updates, and information overload. This modern landscape has created what can only be described as a concentration crisis, fundamentally altering how we think, work, and live. The average person today is interrupted every 11 minutes during their workday, and it takes approximately 23 minutes to fully regain focus after each interruption. This constant switching of attention creates a cognitive burden that depletes our mental resources and diminishes our capacity for deep, meaningful work. The result is a scattered, superficial approach to tasks that prevents us from achieving our true potential. Digital distractions represent the most pervasive threat to concentration in modern times. Our smartphones, with their constant alerts and notifications, have essentially become slot machines in our pockets, training our brains to expect and seek frequent doses of novelty and stimulation. Each notification triggers a release of dopamine, creating a cycle of dependency that makes it increasingly difficult to maintain sustained attention on important tasks. The myth of multitasking has contributed significantly to this crisis. Despite widespread belief in the ability to handle multiple tasks simultaneously, research consistently shows that what we call multitasking is actually task switching, and it comes at a severe cognitive cost. When we attempt to juggle multiple tasks, we not only perform each task more poorly, but we also exhaust our mental resources more quickly and make more mistakes. 1 hour of deep, focused work can produce more meaningful results than days of distracted effort. This reality becomes particularly evident when we examine the work patterns of history's most accomplished individuals. Whether in science, art, or business, breakthrough achievements have consistently emerged from periods of intense, uninterrupted concentration rather than fragmented attention. The impact of this concentration crisis extends beyond professional productivity. It affects our relationships, creativity, and even our capacity for empathy and deep thinking. When we constantly split our attention between multiple inputs, we lose the ability to engage deeply with ideas, people, and experiences. This superficial engagement prevents us from forming meaningful connections and insights that come from sustained focus. The psychological toll of constant distraction manifests in increased stress levels, anxiety, and a persistent sense of being overwhelmed. Our minds, designed to process and integrate information through periods of focused attention, become fragmented and scattered. This fragmentation leads to decreased satisfaction in our work and relationships, as we never fully engage with any single aspect of our lives. The good news is that this crisis, while serious, is not insurmountable. Understanding the nature and scope of the problem is the first step toward reclaiming our ability to concentrate. By recognizing how modern technology and work practices affect our attention, we can begin to make conscious choices about how we engage with these elements of our environment. The solution lies not in completely rejecting modern technology, but in developing a more mindful and intentional relationship with it. This means creating boundaries, establishing periods of focused work, and cultivating environments that support sustained attention rather than constant distraction. The concentration crisis represents a pivotal challenge of our time, but it also presents an opportunity. Those who can develop and maintain the ability to focus deeply will have an increasingly rare and valuable skill. In a world of endless distractions, the power to concentrate becomes a superpower, enabling clearer thinking, better decision-making, and more meaningful achievements. The laws of mental energy. Mental energy flows where attention goes. This fundamental principle governs how concentration works in our daily lives. Just as a magnifying glass can focus sunlight to create intense heat, our mental faculty can direct cognitive resources to amplify our capabilities in any chosen area. Understanding these laws of mental energy allows us to harness our innate power of concentration more effectively. The first key law is that energy follows attention. Whatever we choose to focus on receives more of our mental resources, making it expand in our awareness and influence over our lives. This explains why worry tends to compound. The more attention we give to our concerns, the larger they loom in our consciousness. Conversely, when we deliberately direct our attention to solutions and opportunities, we energize those aspects of our experience. Our focus quite literally shapes our reality. This brings us to the second crucial law. What we ignore begins to contract and diminish in our awareness. This natural process helps explain why breaking bad habits becomes easier when we shift our attention to building positive ones, rather than fighting against what we don't want. The act of focusing elsewhere naturally weakens unwanted patterns. By understanding this principle, we can work with our mind's tendencies rather than against them. Intention plays a vital role in directing mental energy effectively. While attention determines where our energy flows in the moment, intention sets the broader context and purpose for our focus. Clear intention acts like a compass, helping us maintain direction even when momentary distractions arise. When we combine strong intention with sustained attention, we create a powerful force for change and achievement in any area of life. The quality of our mental energy also matters tremendously. Just as physical energy can be scattered or concentrated, our mental energy operates at different levels of refinement. Scattered thinking produces weak results, while concentrated thought generates remarkable outcomes. This explains why moments of intense focus often lead to breakthrough insights and achievements that seem impossible during periods of diffuse attention. Our mental energy responds to rhythms and cycles, much like physical energy. Understanding these natural ebbs and flows allows us to work with them rather than against them. Peak mental energy typically occurs when we're well rested, properly nourished, and emotionally balanced. By recognizing and respecting these cycles, we can optimize our use of mental energy throughout the day. The law of mental momentum is another crucial principle. Just as a physical object in motion tends to stay in motion, concentrated mental energy creates its own momentum. This explains why the first few minutes of focusing on a task are often the hardest, but maintaining focus becomes easier once we build momentum. Understanding this law helps us push through initial resistance and reach more productive states of concentration. Conservation of mental energy proves equally important. Our capacity for concentrated attention is finite and must be managed wisely. This means being selective about where we direct our focus and learning to recognize when we need to rest and recharge. Strategic breaks and proper recovery are not signs of weakness, but essential elements of sustainable high performance. These laws of mental energy operate whether we're aware of them or not. By understanding and consciously working with them, we can dramatically enhance our power of concentration. This knowledge transforms concentration from a mysterious talent that some people seem to naturally possess into a trainable skill that anyone can develop through proper practice and application of these fundamental principles. These laws are not just theoretical concepts, but practical tools for enhancing your ability to concentrate. Each time you direct your attention consciously, you're working with these principles to shape your experience and results. The more you understand and apply these laws, the more effectively you can harness your mental energy to achieve your goals and aspirations. Building your focus muscle. Concentration is not merely an innate talent that some people naturally possess. It's a skill that can be developed and strengthened through consistent practice. Just as a bodybuilder progressively builds physical strength through regular training, we can develop our mental focus through deliberate exercise and proper technique. The journey to building stronger concentration begins with understanding that our attention span is malleable. Research has shown that the brain's neural pathways can be strengthened through repeated use, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity. When we engage in focused attention regularly, we create stronger neural connections that make it easier to maintain concentration in the future. Starting small is crucial when developing your concentration abilities. Begin with short periods of focused work, perhaps just 15 minutes at a time. During these sessions, choose a single task and commit to working on it without switching to other activities. As you become comfortable with these shorter durations, gradually increase the length of your focus sessions. This progressive approach prevents overwhelm and builds sustainable habits. One effective method for training concentration is the object focus exercise. Choose a simple object, It could be a candle, a pen, or even a spot on the wall. Set a timer for 5 minutes and maintain your attention solely on that object. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring your attention back to the object. This simple practice builds the mental muscle required for sustained focus in more complex tasks. Another powerful technique is mindful breathing. Spend a few minutes each day focusing solely on your breath, the sensation of air moving in and out of your body. This practice not only enhances concentration, but also creates a calm mental state conducive to focused work. The breath serves as an anchor for your attention, training your mind to stay present rather than drifting into past memories or future concerns. Physical exercise also plays a crucial role in developing concentration. Regular aerobic activity increases blood flow to the brain, enhancing cognitive function and attention span. Additionally, exercises that require precise movements and coordination, such as martial arts or dance, naturally train your focus as you master complex sequences of movements. The environment in which you practice concentration matters significantly. Create a dedicated space for focused work, free from obvious distractions. This space becomes associated with concentration in your mind, making it easier to enter a focused state when you're there. Start by organizing your workspace and removing unnecessary items that might catch your attention. Time of day also affects your ability to concentrate. Pay attention to your natural rhythms and schedule your focus training during periods when you naturally feel most alert and energetic. For many people, this is during the morning hours, but it varies from person to person. Consistency in timing helps establish a routine that supports improved concentration. Proper nutrition and rest are fundamental to building your focus muscle. The brain requires adequate fuel to maintain attention, so ensure you're eating a balanced diet rich in proteins, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates. Similarly, quality sleep is essential for cognitive function and concentration ability. Make sure you're getting enough restorative sleep each night. As you progress in your concentration training, you'll notice improvements in various aspects of your life. Tasks that once seemed daunting become manageable, learning becomes more efficient, and productivity increases naturally. Building concentration is a gradual process. Celebrate small improvements and maintain patience with yourself as you develop this vital skill. The key to success in building your focus muscle lies in consistent practice. Just as you wouldn't expect to develop physical strength by working out once a month, you can't expect to improve concentration through sporadic practice. Make focus training a daily habit, even if it's just for a few minutes. Over time, these small investments compound into significant improvements in your ability to concentrate and achieve your goals. Managing distractions. Distractions represent one of the greatest challenges to concentration in our modern world. They come in countless forms, from the constant ping of notifications to the internal chatter of our minds. Understanding and managing these distractions is crucial for developing strong concentration abilities and achieving our goals. External distractions are the most visible obstacles to focus. These include technological interruptions, environmental noise, visual clutter, and social interruptions. Our smartphones alone generate dozens of attention, grabbing alerts throughout the day, each one threatening to pull us away from deep focus. The average person checks their phone over 100 times daily, creating a fragmented attention span that makes sustained concentration increasingly difficult. Internal distractions can be even more challenging to manage. These include wandering thoughts, worries, emotional turbulence, and the endless stream of mental commentary that accompanies our daily experiences. While we often blame external factors for our lack of focus, it's these internal distractions that frequently pose the greatest challenge to maintaining concentration. The key to managing distractions lies in understanding that they are, fundamentally, invitations that we choose to accept or decline. Every notification, every random thought, every interruption presents us with a choice. We can either engage with the distraction or maintain our focus on the task at hand. This perspective shift from viewing distractions as unavoidable interruptions to seeing them as optional engagements empowers us to take control of our attention. Creating a distraction, free environment requires both physical and digital boundaries. Physical boundaries might include establishing a dedicated workspace, using noise, canceling headphones, or implementing a clean desk policy. Digital boundaries involve turning off notifications, using website blockers, and establishing specific times for checking emails and messages. These environmental adjustments serve as external support for our internal commitment to focus. Developing mental boundaries is equally important. This involves training our minds to recognize distracting thoughts without becoming entangled in them. When a distracting thought arises, acknowledge its presence but consciously choose to return your attention to the task at hand. This practice, similar to meditation, strengthens our ability to maintain focus despite mental interruptions. The concept of batching can be particularly effective in managing distractions. Instead of responding to every interruption as it occurs, designate specific times for handling common distractions. Set aside blocks of time for checking emails, returning calls, or browsing social media. This approach allows you to maintain focus during dedicated work periods while ensuring that necessary communications aren't neglected. Understanding your personal distraction patterns is crucial for effective management. Keep a distraction log for a few days, noting what pulls your attention away from focused work. This awareness helps identify your most significant distraction sources and develop targeted strategies for managing them. Some people find they're most distracted by social media, while others struggle with colleague interruptions or environmental noise. Technology can be both a source of distraction and a tool for managing it. Various apps and software solutions can help block distracting websites, track your focus periods, and create accountability for maintaining concentration. However, it's important to remember that these tools should support, not replace, your personal commitment to managing distractions. The ultimate goal isn't to eliminate all distractions. That would be impossible and potentially counterproductive. Instead, aim to develop a healthy relationship with distractions where you maintain control over when and how you engage with them. This balanced approach allows for both focused work and necessary breaks, creating a sustainable practice of concentration that can adapt to various situations and demands. Managing distractions effectively requires ongoing practice and refinement. As your concentration abilities strengthen, you'll find it easier to maintain focus despite potential interruptions. The key is to remain consistent in your approach while being flexible enough to adjust your strategies as needed. Each moment of choosing focus over distraction strengthens your concentration muscle and brings you closer to your goals. The focus framework. Your environment and daily routines play a crucial role in maintaining sustained concentration. The focus framework is a comprehensive system that helps create the perfect conditions for deep, meaningful work. By implementing this framework, you can dramatically increase your ability to concentrate and achieve remarkable results in any endeavor you pursue. The foundation of the focus framework begins with your physical workspace. Your environment should be designed to minimize distractions and maximize your ability to focus. This means creating a dedicated space for important work, whether it's a home office, a specific corner of your room, or a favorite spot in the library. The key is consistency. Your brain will begin to associate this space with focused work, making it easier to slip into a concentrated state when you're there. Time blocking is another essential component of the focus framework. Rather than approaching your day in a reactive manner, block out specific periods for different types of work. Start by identifying your peak energy hours, the times when you naturally feel most alert and productive. Reserve these golden hours for your most important and challenging tasks. Create blocks of time ranging from 25 to 90 minutes, depending on your current concentration capacity. Between these focused blocks, schedule short breaks to recharge and maintain mental freshness. The framework also emphasizes the importance of ritual and routine. Develop a pre-focus ritual that signals to your brain it's time for concentrated work. This might involve clearing your desk, putting on noise, canceling headphones, or performing a brief meditation. These rituals serve as triggers that help your mind transition into a focused state more efficiently. Tools and systems play a vital role in maintaining focus. Digital tools like website blockers, time-tracking apps, and project management software can help create boundaries and maintain accountability. However, it's essential to choose tools that enhance rather than complicate your workflow. Sometimes, simple tools like a notepad and timer are more effective than complex digital solutions. The focus framework also incorporates environmental factors that many people overlook. Proper lighting, temperature control, and ergonomic furniture all contribute to your ability to maintain concentration. Natural light is ideal for maintaining alertness, while comfortable temperatures prevent physical discomfort from becoming a distraction. Your body's comfort directly influences your mind's ability to focus. Communication boundaries are another crucial element of the framework. Establish clear protocols for when and how others can interrupt your focused work periods. This might mean setting office hours. For meetings, using status indicators in messaging apps, or simply closing your door during deep work sessions. Clear boundaries help preserve your mental energy and prevent unnecessary context switching. The framework emphasizes the role of preparation in maintaining focus. Before beginning a focused work session, gather all necessary materials and resources. This prevents the need to break concentration to search for information or supplies. Additionally, keep a distraction log nearby to quickly note down any thoughts or tasks that arise during your focus period, allowing you to address them later without breaking your concentration. Implementing the focus framework requires patience and consistency. Start by introducing one element at a time, allowing each new habit to become natural before adding another. Monitor what works best for you and adjust accordingly. Your framework should be flexible enough to adapt to different types of work and changing circumstances while maintaining its core principles. Your focus determines your reality, and the focus framework provides the structure needed to shape that reality intentionally. By creating an environment and system that supports deep concentration, you set yourself up for exceptional performance and achievement. The framework isn't just about getting more done. It's about doing better work and experiencing the satisfaction of full engagement with your chosen tasks. Deep work protocols. Deep work represents the pinnacle of concentrated effort, where your mind operates at its fullest capacity on challenging and meaningful tasks. The state of deep work, often referred to as flow, occurs when you're so immersed in your activity that time seems to disappear and your performance reaches optimal levels. Achieving this state consistently requires specific protocols and practices that enable sustained, high-quality focus. The journey into deep work begins with creating the right conditions for focused attention. Your environment must support concentrated effort by eliminating potential interruptions and providing the resources needed for your task. This might mean working in a dedicated space, turning off notifications, or using noise-canceling headphones to create an environment conducive to intense focus. Entering the flow state requires a deliberate transition period. Rather than expecting immediate deep concentration, allow yourself a warm-up phase. Start with easier aspects of your work to build momentum gradually. This approach helps your mind settle into the task and reduces the resistance often felt when beginning challenging work. As your focus deepens, you'll naturally progress to more complex aspects of your task. The depth of your concentration directly correlates with the quality of your output. When you achieve profound levels of focus, you access mental resources typically unavailable during shallow work. Your pattern recognition improves, creativity flows more freely, and complex problems become more manageable. This heightened state of mental performance explains why 1 hour of deep work can produce results equivalent to several hours of fragmented attention. Sustaining deep work requires understanding your personal concentration limits. Most people can maintain intense focus for about 90 minutes before needing a break. Working beyond your natural limits leads to diminishing returns and mental fatigue. Structure your deep work sessions around these natural rhythms, incorporating regular breaks to maintain optimal performance throughout the day. Recovery plays a crucial role in maintaining the ability to engage in deep work consistently. Just as athletes need rest between training sessions, your mind requires downtime to consolidate learning and replenish mental energy. This recovery can take various forms, from short breaks between sessions to longer periods of complete disconnection from work-related thoughts. The renewal process is active, not passive. During breaks, engage in activities that restore mental energy without demanding intense focus. Light physical activity, nature walks, or simple breathing exercises can help reset your mind and prepare it for the next session of deep work. Avoid activities that fragment attention, such as checking social media or responding to non-urgent messages. Developing protocols for transitioning out of deep work is equally important as entering it. Create a clear endpoint for your sessions, allowing time to document progress, capture loose ends, and plan your next deep work period. This structured conclusion helps prevent mental residue from carrying over and interfering with other activities or subsequent deep work sessions. Regular practice of deep work protocols strengthens your ability to concentrate intensely. Like any skill, the capacity for sustained focus improves with consistent application. Each successful session of deep work not only produces valuable output, but also reinforces the neural pathways that support concentrated effort, making future sessions more accessible and productive. The ultimate goal of deep work protocols is to make profound concentration a reliable and renewable resource in your professional life. By understanding and implementing these protocols, you create the conditions for consistent, high-performance thinking. This capability becomes increasingly valuable in a world where shallow work predominates and the ability to focus deeply sets individuals apart in their fields of endeavor. Deliberate practice. The path to mastery in any field lies not just in the hours invested, but in the quality of practice undertaken. Deliberate practice represents the gold standard of skill development, where focused attention combines with purposeful repetition to create extraordinary results. This approach transforms ordinary practice sessions into powerful catalysts for improvement. At its core, deliberate practice is about working smarter, not just harder. When you engage in deliberate practice, every moment is intentional and directed toward specific improvements. This means breaking down complex skills into smaller components and addressing each with laser-like focus. Rather than mindlessly repeating an action, you constantly analyze your performance, identifying weak points and adjusting your approach accordingly. The power of deliberate practice lies in its feedback loops. Each practice session should generate clear feedback about what's working and what isn't. This feedback can come from various sources: direct observation of results, video recordings, measurements, or guidance from mentors and coaches. The key is to use this feedback immediately to make adjustments and refinements to your practice approach. Quality always trumps quantity in deliberate practice. 10 minutes of focused, deliberate practice often yields better results than an hour of casual effort. This intensive approach requires full engagement of your mental faculties, making it impossible to maintain for extended periods. Short, concentrated practice sessions spaced throughout the day typically produce better results than marathon sessions where focus inevitably wanes. Measuring progress is crucial in deliberate practice. Without concrete ways to track improvement, it's impossible to know if your practice methods are effective. This might involve keeping detailed practice logs, recording performance metrics, or establishing clear benchmarks to measure against. These measurements provide objective evidence of progress and help maintain motivation during challenging periods. The relationship between deliberate practice and concentration is symbiotic. Strong concentration enables effective deliberate practice, while engaging in deliberate practice strengthens your ability to concentrate. This creates a positive feedback loop where improvements in one area enhance the other. As your concentration deepens, your practice becomes more effective, leading to faster progress and greater achievements. Successful deliberate practice requires careful management of mental energy. Because this type of practice demands intense focus, it's essential to schedule it during your peak mental performance periods. Many find their best practice sessions occur in the morning when mental energy is highest. Others might discover different optimal times based on their personal rhythms and schedules. Creating the right environment for deliberate practice is crucial. This means eliminating distractions and setting up conditions that support deep focus. The environment should be conducive to the specific skill being practiced and should include all necessary tools and resources within easy reach. This preparation ensures that practice time is spent actually practicing rather than dealing with logistics or interruptions. Progress through deliberate practice isn't always linear. There will be plateaus and periods where improvement seems to stall. These moments require patience and trust in the process. Often, what feels like a plateau is actually a period of consolidation where skills are being integrated at a deeper level. Continuing with focused practice during these times eventually leads to breakthrough moments where progress becomes visible again. The ultimate goal of deliberate practice is to make excellence automatic. Through focused repetition and constant refinement, complex skills become second nature. This automaticity frees up mental resources for higher-level performance aspects, allowing for continued growth and advancement. The journey from conscious competence to unconscious mastery is paved with countless hours of deliberate practice, each moment filled with purpose and attention. Mental energy management. The concept of mental energy management stands as a cornerstone of effective concentration and sustained high performance. Just as an athlete carefully manages their physical energy throughout a competition, we must learn to orchestrate our mental energy across each day for optimal results. Understanding and working with our natural energy rhythms creates a foundation for consistently powerful focus. Every person experiences distinct peak performance periods during their day, often referred to as their prime time. These windows of heightened mental clarity and energy represent optimal opportunities for tackling complex tasks requiring deep concentration. For most people, these peak periods occur in the morning hours, typically within the first few hours after waking. However, some individuals may find their peak mental energy emerges in the afternoon or evening. The key is identifying your personal prime time through careful self-observation and organizing your most demanding work during these intervals. Success in concentration flows naturally to those who consciously direct their mental energy rather than allowing it to dissipate randomly throughout the day. This requires developing awareness of activities that drain mental energy versus those that preserve or enhance it. High-energy, consuming tasks like complex problem-solving, creative work, or strategic planning should be scheduled during peak periods. Conversely, routine tasks, administrative work, or less demanding activities can be relegated to lower energy periods. Energy conservation plays a vital role in maintaining strong concentration throughout the day. Think of your mental energy as a finite resource that must be carefully allocated. Every decision, interaction, and task consumes some portion of this resource. By being selective about where you direct your mental energy, you can maintain higher levels of concentration for extended periods. This might mean declining certain commitments, delegating tasks, or simplifying decisions in areas that don't directly impact your primary goals. Optimal rest patterns form another crucial element of mental energy management. The brain operates in natural cycles of focused attention followed by recovery periods. Rather than fighting against these cycles, work with them by incorporating strategic breaks into your schedule. The ideal work-to-rest ratio typically involves 90-120 minutes of focused work followed by 15-20 minutes of genuine rest. During these breaks, engage in activities that promote mental recovery such as brief meditation, light physical movement, or exposure to nature. The quality of your rest periods matters as much as their timing. True mental recovery requires disconnecting from work-related thoughts and engaging in activities that allow your mind to naturally restore its energy reserves. Scrolling through social media or catching up on email during breaks, while common, actually continues to deplete mental energy rather than replenishing it. Instead, choose activities that provide genuine cognitive rest and renewal. Nutrition and physical well-being also significantly impact mental energy levels. Regular exercise, adequate sleep, and proper nutrition create the physiological conditions necessary for sustained concentration. Hydration, in particular, plays a crucial role in maintaining optimal brain function and mental clarity. Even mild dehydration can notably impact concentration and cognitive performance. Environmental factors can either support or drain mental energy. Creating a workspace that minimizes unnecessary sensory input while maintaining comfortable lighting, temperature, and air quality helps preserve mental energy for important tasks. Regular exposure to natural light and fresh air can help regulate your body's natural energy rhythms and support sustained concentration. By mastering mental energy management, you create the conditions for consistently powerful concentration. This mastery involves understanding your personal energy patterns, strategically allocating your mental resources, incorporating effective recovery periods, and maintaining the physical conditions that support optimal brain function. When you learn to work with your natural energy rhythms rather than against them, you'll find yourself capable of maintaining deeper focus for longer periods while experiencing less mental fatigue. Single-pointed excellence. The path to mastery in any field invariably leads through the gateway of single-pointed focus. While our modern world celebrates versatility and multifaceted abilities, true excellence emerges from the dedication to master one thing at a time. This principle of single-pointed excellence stands as a cornerstone of achieving extraordinary results in any endeavor you choose to pursue. Consider the metaphor of sunlight. Dispersed sunlight provides warmth and illumination, but when focused through a magnifying glass, it generates enough power to ignite a flame. Your attention works in precisely the same way. When you spread your focus across multiple domains simultaneously, you may achieve adequacy in many areas but excellence in none. However, when you concentrate your mental energy on a single pursuit, you tap into a transformative power that can revolutionize your capabilities. The strategy of depth over breadth proves particularly vital in skill acquisition. Rather than attempting to learn multiple skills simultaneously, direct your concentration toward mastering one skill thoroughly before moving to the next. This approach allows you to develop neural pathways more effectively, creating stronger connections in your brain that lead to genuine expertise. When you immerse yourself completely in one area, you discover nuances and insights that remain hidden to the casual observer. Specialization strategies play a crucial role in this process. Begin by identifying the core components of your chosen field and tackle them one at a time. For instance, if you're learning a musical instrument, focus exclusively on proper posture and hand positioning before moving on to basic scales. Master these fundamentals before attempting more complex techniques. This methodical approach ensures that each building block of your expertise rests on a solid foundation. The development of expertise through single-pointed excellence follows a natural progression. As you dedicate concentrated attention to each aspect of your chosen field, you begin to notice patterns and relationships that weren't apparent initially. This deeper understanding enables you to make connections that others miss, leading to innovative insights and approaches. Your expertise compounds over time, much like interest in a well-managed investment account. Time management becomes particularly crucial in the pursuit of single-pointed excellence. Rather than dividing your day into small segments for different activities, allocate substantial blocks of time to focus on your chosen area of mastery. These extended periods of concentrated attention allow you to dive deeper into the subject matter, enabling more meaningful progress than you could achieve through fragmented efforts. The practice of single-pointed excellence also requires patience and trust in the process. In our instant gratification culture, the temptation to switch focus or pursue multiple paths simultaneously can be strong. However, maintaining your commitment to mastering one thing at a time yields exponentially better results in the long run. Each skill you master becomes a stepping stone to the next, creating a powerful foundation for future learning and achievement. Mastery in one area often transfers unexpected benefits to other domains. The mental discipline, problem-solving skills, and focus habits you develop while pursuing excellence in one field naturally enhance your capabilities across all areas of life. This transfer of learning demonstrates how single-pointed excellence creates ripple effects that extend far beyond the initial area of focus. Your journey toward mastery through single-pointed excellence requires both strategy and conviction. Establish clear criteria for what constitutes mastery in your chosen field and create measurable milestones to track your progress. This structured approach helps maintain motivation and provides clear evidence of your advancement. As you achieve each milestone, you'll find your confidence growing alongside your competence, creating a positive feedback loop that accelerates your development. The ultimate reward of single-pointed excellence lies not just in the skills you acquire, but in the person you become through the process. The discipline, focus, and dedication required to master one thing at a time shape your character and establish patterns of excellence that influence every aspect of your life. Through this approach, you don't just learn new skills. You transform yourself into someone capable of achieving extraordinary results in whatever you choose to pursue. Breakthrough, focus. The path to extraordinary achievement often encounters plateaus, those frustrating periods where progress seems to halt despite continued effort. These plateaus aren't roadblocks. They're launching pads for breakthrough focus, a level of concentration so refined it can unlock hidden potential and propel you toward unprecedented growth. Breakthrough focus begins with the recognition that plateaus are natural stepping stones in any journey of mastery. When you hit a plateau, it's not a signal to work harder, but to work differently. This is where single-pointed attention becomes crucial. Instead of dispersing your energy across multiple approaches, breakthrough focus demands a laser, like concentration, on the specific element that needs transformation. Consider a musician who has mastered the technical aspects of their instrument, but struggles to convey emotion through their playing. Instead of practicing more hours, breakthrough focus would have them spend concentrated time purely on emotional expression, perhaps playing a single phrase repeatedly while fully immersing themselves in the intended feeling. This targeted approach often yields breakthroughs that hours of general practice couldn't achieve. The key to developing breakthrough focus lies in what's known as the microfocus technique. This involves breaking down complex skills or challenges into their smallest components and applying intense, unwavering attention to each element in isolation. When you can maintain this level of concentration, you begin to notice subtle nuances and opportunities for improvement that were previously invisible. Advanced concentration techniques for achieving breakthrough focus often involve paradoxical elements. For instance, the technique of relaxed intensity combines deep physical relaxation with sharp mental focus. This state allows you to maintain high levels of concentration without the tension that typically accompanies intense focus. Athletes often use this technique to achieve peak performance, maintaining perfect form while operating at maximum capacity. Another powerful method is the expansion-contraction technique. This involves alternating between broad awareness and narrow focus. You might start by expanding your attention to encompass your entire field of experience, then gradually contract it to a single point of focus, like a camera lens zooming in. This flexibility in attention helps break through mental barriers and reveals new perspectives. Breakthrough moments often come when we learn to transcend our normal patterns of thought and perception. One way to facilitate this is through what's called empty mind. Focus, a state where you maintain intense concentration while simultaneously releasing all preconceptions about what you're doing. This apparent contradiction creates space for new insights and capabilities to emerge. The role of resistance in breakthrough focus cannot be overlooked. When you encounter internal resistance, that voice that wants to quit or switch to something easier, it's often a signal that you're approaching a breakthrough point. Learning to maintain focus through resistance, rather than avoiding it, is crucial for breaking through plateaus. Timing also plays a vital role in breakthrough focus. Research suggests that breakthrough moments are more likely to occur during certain optimal states of mind. These states typically arise after periods of intense concentration followed by brief mental relaxation. This pattern allows the brain to form new neural connections and insights. The practice of breakthrough focus extends beyond individual sessions. It requires building a sustainable approach that includes proper recovery periods. Just as a muscle needs rest to grow stronger after intense exercise, your capacity for breakthrough focus develops through cycles of intense concentration and deliberate recovery. To cultivate breakthrough focus, start by identifying the specific areas where you've plateaued. Then, design focus practice sessions that target these areas with single-pointed attention. Breakthroughs often come not from doing more, but from doing less with greater intensity and precision. Through consistent application of breakthrough focus, you can transcend your current limitations and access new levels of capability and understanding. Living the focused life. The ultimate goal of mastering concentration is not merely to achieve specific tasks or goals, but to create a lifestyle where focus becomes a natural state of being. Living the focused life means making conscious choices that align with your deepest values and priorities, allowing concentration to become an integral part of your daily existence rather than something you struggle to maintain. The focused life begins with awareness of your choices in each moment. Every time you pick up your phone, engage in a conversation, or start a new task, you're making a decision about where to direct your mental energy. By becoming more mindful of these choices, you naturally begin to cultivate a more concentrated existence. This awareness extends beyond work, related activities to encompass all aspects of life, from personal relationships to leisure activities. Creating sustainable focus requires understanding that concentration isn't about constant intensity. Rather, it's about finding the right rhythm between periods of deep focus and meaningful rest. This rhythm varies for each person, but the principle remains constant. Sustainable focus requires balance. Just as an athlete alternates between training and recovery, your mind needs both challenging periods of concentration and time for renewal. Living the focused life also means designing your environment to support your concentration goals. This goes beyond merely eliminating distractions. It involves creating spaces and routines that naturally enhance your ability to focus. Your physical space, daily schedule, and even the people you spend time with should all contribute to, rather than detract from, your capacity for concentration. The integration of focus into your lifestyle requires patience and persistence. Old habits of distraction and scattered attention don't disappear overnight, but each conscious choice to maintain focus strengthens your ability to live more intentionally. This process is similar to developing any other significant life change. It happens gradually through consistent, mindful effort. One of the most powerful aspects of living the focused life is its impact on relationships. When you're truly present with others, free from digital distractions and mental wandering, your connections become deeper and more meaningful. This same principle applies to every activity, from eating a meal to taking a walk in nature. Full presence enriches every experience. The focused life also leads to greater satisfaction and fulfillment. When you're consistently engaged in what you're doing, you experience more flow states, feel more accomplished, and find more joy in simple activities. This increased satisfaction creates a positive feedback loop. The more you experience the benefits of living focused, the more motivated you become to maintain this way of life. Building a sustainable, focused lifestyle requires developing systems that support your concentration goals. These systems might include morning routines that set the tone for focused work, regular periods for deep thinking and creativity, and evening practices that help you disconnect and prepare for restful sleep. These systems should be flexible enough to adapt to changing circumstances while maintaining their core purpose of supporting sustained focus. The journey to living a focused life is ongoing. As your circumstances change and you grow, your approach to concentration will evolve. What remains constant is the commitment to making conscious choices about where and how you direct your attention. This commitment becomes easier over time as the benefits of living focused become increasingly apparent in every area of your life. Living the focused life isn't about perfection. It's about progress and awareness. There will be days when concentration comes easily and others when it feels more challenging. The key is to approach each day with renewed intention, knowing that each focused moment contributes to a more meaningful and purposeful life. Your power of concentration truly does grow with every conscious choice, gradually transforming not just how you work, but how you live,